Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Well, it all started about a month back when I got this Discord message from a dude named YoungGun. Well, it was an imposter, but we'll get to that later. So this YoungGun guy, right? He's this crazy guitar player, super good, and just watching him shred was inspiring. That's why I picked up guitar. Now I figured all I would need is an axe and my fingers. I was wrong. That was my attempt at Zombie by the Cranberries. Yeah. No, not good. I got lucky on this clip because the pickups in that guitar kind of fucked. They're a little better now, had some solder work done. It's okay. Not great. However, little did I know, guitar is very hard. So that was week 1. I learned basic chords, tried to learn some strumming patterns. My fingers hurt. They didn't want to move the way I wanted them to, nor move fast enough to where I wanted them to. So we'll get to on week 2. I don't know why I said on to week 2 like I wasn't just going to be sitting here talking about it. Unfortunately, due to the pickups being fucked on that guy, I wasn't able to get any good clips from week 2. So I'll just tell you kind of what went down. Week 2, calluses started to form. My fingers still hurt like hell. They still do. Yeah. It's incredible. Not really. It hurts. However, this is the week where my fingers started feeling like they were moving and kind of gaining that muscle memory for chord shapes and chord changes. And I decided I wanted a new guitar. I didn't want to mess around with this old guitar that's had, like soda liquid spilled on it, abused by 6 kids over the course of like a decade and a half. So I decided what my goal was for buying a new guitar. And I'll tell you what, a little foreshadowing for future later in the video, or I guess just rewatch the very beginning of the video. You'll see my new guitar. Anyway, my goal was to play the Big Bang Theory theme song. That was one of the first songs that my older brother learned to play on that thing, and it sounded, grainy and awful. It's a cheap guitar from it's like a Squire Bullet or something like that, or Squire Affinity, whatever. But I told myself if I could learn the Big Bang theme song, I'd buy myself a new guitar. Okay, so that was a clip from week 2. That was after I got that thing back, pickups working. I just threw it to a buddy of mine, resoldered it. Incredible-ish. It's better than it was. That's for sure. It works all the time now. So, as you can see from that clip, I said my fingers are starting to do what I want them to do a little bit more. Strumming is getting better, but I still don't have that control over my fingers and chords, and it's not as fast as I would like it to be. So, with that being said, on to week 3. So, we're on week 3 now, end of week 3. Week 4 is next Monday, so 4 days from now will be 4 weeks of learning guitar. Now, I kind of lied earlier. I said it's been about a month. I recorded that like 20 minutes ago, half an hour ago, whatever. So, we are now going to do our little jam sesh for the end of week 3. Okay, now, with that being said, you can definitely tell the improvement week by week. The last week here, I was working on single picking and I didn't do any in the jam sesh, but I was working on bar chords a little bit, and bar chords hurt. Like all up and down here. Oh, God. Just thinking about it makes it hurt all over again. So, anyway, with that being said, I know what you guys are all waiting for. Here's Big Bang Theory. Finish off this video, I talked about this man earlier. We are here with the GOAT, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. YoungGun himself.
Hello. How we doing?
To start this off, it's a little tradition, right?
Okay.
We got
Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go. I can't see your camera, so I heard it was crispy though.
That
Heck
was
yeah.
really damn good.
That was
It's not an
I heard
outro.
that was bassy, dude. Nice.
It was wild.
I still have mine from the stream earlier right here. Yeah.
Yeah, mine's the Black Rifle Company. I couldn't get any nitro on my way home. So.
Oh, the nitros are so good.
All right. So first, I guess. Now you've been playing guitar for a long ass time, right?
Yeah. Now that you mentioned it, I mean, it's a lot to look back on, but 16 years, half my life now, which is crazy to say.
I thought
Kind
you
of started.
were like 42
go ahead.
or something.
42? No. Dude, I put the young in YoungGun. I'm 32.
You're 32. All right.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think I made that joke on stream already.
Oh, that's right.
Calling
You
you
did.
40
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
something.
I was like, man.
So how did you start with playing guitar?
Bit of a weird route, but I actually played Guitar Hero first, and I just was having so much fun and tearing it up, getting really good. And then one day, I think it's in Guitar Hero 2, one of the screens, it says, "Why don't you pick up a real guitar already?" Obviously as a joke, but I was like, you know what? Maybe I should. And the rest is kind of history. I was super into at the time, Guns N' Roses, Metallica, just a bunch of bands that are pretty much considered like guitar idols in the traditional sense. James Hetfield and Slash were my two. I know it's weird not to say Kirk Hammett, but I was way more into James's playing than Kirk's. So yeah, those are two guys I really looked up to. And then once I found Avenged Sevenfold, Sinister Gates was like who I wanted to be to a T, and I just worked hard, taught myself how to read tabs, which is what I recommend everybody do. Even if you're classically trained, whatever you can read, notes in an actual proper musical diagram, however you want to call it. Blanking on what you would call that, right? On sheet music. If you can properly read sheet music, the brain fart. I still recommend reading tabs. It's just such an easy one-to-one translation. Taught myself reading tabs. Learned riff by riff until I could, play a little more, and then here we are now, playing tabs that move on screen with colors.
Yeah, now that I think about it, that's pretty much is what Rocksmith is. It's just it's reading tabs with extra steps.
Pretty much, right? I mean, it moves it for you. It makes it really easy to pick out which string, which fret is which. Even has really well notated for all the fancy stuff, right? Pinch harmonics, naturals, slides, pick slide. There's even a way to denote the pick slides, which is kind of hacky, but they figured out how to denote those. So
that's pretty cool.
It's just it's been great. It's my main source of playing for the last 10 years. It's been all through Rocksmith. It's been my practice, my learning. I won't call it learning, I guess, but just the rote mechanical practice. But I learned so much from playing different songs that I will recognize a pattern from one song in another song, and then I can already have played that song before without having played that song before.
And I mean, to be fair, I played a lot of Guitar Hero as well. I mean, that's all Guitar Hero is, pattern recognition.
Yep.
If you play a pattern once, you can play it again.
Just a little bit faster or on a different spot on the little fretboard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same thing.
Now my journey with music. So I have been doing a lot of tabs, and I am someone who can read sheet music.
Cool. Very cool.
Reading sheet music for guitar, way over my head. I have not.
That's a lot.
I have not learned all the I know the basic thought of every fret is a half step except for E and F and C and B.
I think what makes it funny is the notes overlap, right? It's like you're playing on a keyboard where one note is the next note, the next note, the next note, all the way up down the board, right? The guitar, right? Five frets, and then you're back at the next. That's the same note. That's that 5 frets up is the same note 5 frets back on the string below, right? So there's all kinds of ways to read, I guess, sheet music unless it's notated. But again, I'm not big on my sheet music, so.
No, a trumpet, that's one of those things where I do, and I don't want this to sound cheesy. I don't want it to come off as, sucking up to the glorious God that is YoungGun. I need to give you a very heartfelt thank you, because I would have given up completely on music. Let's say I had played trumpet for 14 years, will be this year, I think.
Okay.
But a couple years ago, I was diagnosed with a lung disease that
Oh wow.
basically took away a lot of my ability to play trumpet. And no matter how much I've worked at it and done all that, I never got to where I was again. And that, you can probably imagine.
Sure, yeah, that probably impacts your lung capacity and ability to actually
you know.
project your volume and stuff. Yeah.
And so I was pretty much at a point where it's like, it's not. But then that damn fucking scammer, which we'll need to talk about.
Yeah.
When I was watching your stream, I saw that same exact damn expression on your face that I had when I was playing trumpet. And that was what inspired me to pick up guitar. It's like, you know what? I might not have my lungs, but this dude is feeling the same way that I did, years prior. So I have to give you a very honest, heartfelt thank you.
Of course, man.
For that.
Happy to be. That's half the reason I stream, man, is to inspire other people and share my love of music with others. Maybe make it infectious. Get people playing or even just into the finding new bands that they like, anything like that.
I think you're doing a really damn good job of that, man. So we had touched on the scammer. And I touched on that previously on the video, because of course, you're the one who inspired me to pick up guitar. I made a joke about earlier, and I was like, we'll get to that later. Got to foreshadow.
If it wasn't for that,
So
he was trying to just like reach out, I guess, and get. I don't know what they do, those scammers, because I haven't ever talked to one long enough. But I have been. You're not the first one to report to me that somebody's impersonating me. Right, as a partnered streamer, 50,000 whatever followers I have, right? Which is cool. It's cool for me. Like it's like what's the word? Validating, I guess, right? Yeah, people have considered my stream big enough to where we should be impersonating this guy. I was like, all right, cool, but still, fuck you.
Right.
Pardon my French. I don't know if I'm allowed to curse in this interview.
Oh no, you're
censor it out if you need to.
Fucking go for it.
Yeah. So scammers are not my favorite types of people, to say the least. I've said my piece on stream and stuff, but yeah, I mean, but some good things do wind up happening, right? Like you wound up finding, hey, this guy is cool. This guy plays music I like, and then now you're just a part of the Turtle Club.
Hey.
So shout out to that one scammer, I guess. Silver linings,
Because I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty sure it's a token log scam that they're trying to run. Because they're trying to get me into a private Discord, like, oh, we don't, because
are they just trying to steal your account then?
That's what it seems.
Oh, okay.
Because it seems like they're trying to get you into a personal Discord to get you to click on a separate link in there, is what I would guess. Now,
sure.
But yeah, no, it didn't take too long for me to see because like, of course, right, I'm like a 200 sub channel, and it's like this dude reaching out. I look you up on Twitch. It's like, God damn, why would he talk to me?
Why would this guy? Yeah, I've been reached out to. Like, so it's like there's the phrase, there's always a bigger fish, right?
Right.
Like I've been hit with the scammers from like people with 1 million followers, or people, right?
Yeah.
But people pretending to be these streamers with millions of followers. So yeah, there's layers to it, right? Climbing up.
Yeah, they were going on about variety gaming and stuff. Obviously trying to. They had dug in. It seems like they had dug into my Twitch and found the Discord that I ran when I streamed on Twitch.
Probably just like scraped your about me or whatever. Yeah, and just took whatever they could real quick just to make it seem like they actually.
And when I looked at your Twitch and I saw this dude doesn't fucking like. He doesn't play game. I mean, he's playing guitar, which Rocksmith, right? Sure, but it's not.
No, I'm not a gaming streamer. No, not at all. I do one thing. I do it well, but I do one thing.
That was when I joined your Discord, sent that friend request out to you, and I was like, man, this guy, I hope he accepts my friend request so I can let him know.
You're trying to let me know. Yeah, exactly.
But it's also like, that's also just a friend request from a random ass guy. I wouldn't blame you if you didn't. You know.
So yeah, the way I address that is typically it's from I can suss out stuff real quick after 10 years of making my living on the internet, right? I know just by clicking on your account, right? Your Twitch is linked, all that stuff, or whatever it is, or I can just see that you're not a graphics artist just spamming friend requests to try to self promote whatever. Like, okay,
Right.
this guy probably wants something, so that's why I just respond and I say, hey, how can I help you? And because I know stuff like this does happen, so I'm just like, yeah, see what happens.
Yeah, and it's I said it's one of those things when, like, I was at work and I was just chilling and I was on break, and then the little Discord pops up. YoungGun accepted your friend request, and I was like, all right. And then you had said, oh, on stream, you were like, oh yeah, I saw you, from 2016 account, 2015 account.
Oh
whatever.
yeah, that's another big one,
And-
right? It's like that's how I know, these people.
If it was
if
made
you-
like last fucking month, right?
Yeah, I had another one where I got followed by a bunch of different accounts, all from like a week span from last year, and that's how I knew something was up. And they only pop in when I do giveaways, but I've already clocked all the accounts, like just up here, and I know, if somebody comes in and tries to participate in a giveaway, it's not part of my community. I know right away, right? I know and it's one person trying to put like 30, 40 entries in the giveaway. So I can just click, don't allow. I don't say anything about it anymore. I can just, brush them off. And
Just
it's
do
good.
it.
Let them keep thinking they're trying. It's kind of fun to let them waste their time.
That was the strange thing. As soon as I accepted that friend request and I started chatting, just with the scammer, I
Mhm.
got spam friend requested by like 10 other accounts.
Oh, jeez.
And
Yeah.
it's like, again, it didn't take, right? IT is a field that I would like to work in one day. I'm
Mhm.
fairly well versed in the, technological side and cybersecurity stuff. And again, the red flags just kept piling up. And it's like,
Oh, yeah.
I got to let this
Like,
guy
wait a second,
know
something's wrong. Yeah, there's a real young gun out there somewhere, and this isn't him.
this isn't him. Because then, I'm looking and they just have like instead of actually having like the Twitch like linked to their account.
Yeah, they post the
It
link
was
in their
just
bio.
in
Exactly.
their bio, and I'm sitting here like, yeah, this dude, this claiming to be a person with, I think the
Mhm.
highest one was is like 1 million fucking followers. And
Yeah.
I'm sitting here like, okay, it's just sitting in his bio. Does he think that people will actually believe this?
Yes, he does. Yeah, people do. I mean, it's just how it is. The fact that they're trying to do it means it has worked enough before to encourage these people to do that. So
Mhm. Which, yeah,
you got to
it's fair
remember
enough.
the George Carlin quote. Just think about how dumb the average person is, and remember half of them are dumber. And those are the people. Those are the people that are falling for this stuff.
I've never heard that
Whether,
quote
whether it's
before.
naivety or just outright ignorance. It just happens, and that's what these people take advantage of.
Honestly, I gotta say, this is probably the most work I've ever. Well, honestly, actual blood has gone into this video. So, you just saying sure to doing the interview, it means a
man.
lot. It's super cool.
My pleasure, dude.
But yeah, so we'll get a little back on track. How much? Okay, and you don't have to answer this if you don't want to. How much
Okay.
money have you spent on guitars?
Oh gosh. It's in the 5 digits, but I have an artist discount through being endorsed by ESP, so that is mitigated by that. But yeah, it's in the
Right.
5 digits. So you can see, all those.
Which
one?
one?
Let's see, from white to the red base on the end. That's our MSRP over 15,000 right there.
Jesus.
And my all my E2s are 2,500 MSRP each. So I've got three of those alone are 7,500, and then probably the rest about 1,000. So you can do the math
It's a lot.
throughout that. Yeah, but they all serve their purpose, and I've definitely made back from that investment. right? That's how I consider. They're not just collection items. They're investments into my business
Well, I
of
mean,
running the stream and stuff.
and that's what they said about like Jimi Hendrix, right? About his black strats that he always used. Was like, I mean, I can't remember exactly who said it, but they're like, yeah, he's got dozens of those lying around. They're just tools, like a means
exactly.
to an end for him. It's not necessarily about per se the guitar or the value of the guitar. It's about, what the guitar does, right?
Yeah, sure.
And then, I mean, right. I've dug down. Yeah, I'm a gear nut when it comes to hobbies. So I've dug down the rabbit hole of looking at fucking like $100,000 Gibsons from the 50s.
Sure.
And it's like,
The real, yeah. That's all. Though the value in those is just what people assign to them, right? That's not from because they're made better or because they sound that much better, right? That's people assigning a rarity, whatever you want to call it, to those.
Now, do you still have the first guitar you ever played or owned?
I do. Yeah, I have. It's not with me. It's at my parents' house. But my buddy gave me his Fender Squire Strat, probably like a $50 guitar, maybe, even at the time. And that's just what I started on. And then I still have the first guitar I owned, which is an Epiphone Les Paul, also in my old room at my parents' house. Yeah, no, I still have those. I can't get rid of guitars. They're very sentimental to me.
What would you say is the most... I mean, of course, we've covered like monetary-wise. What is the most sentimental, guitar that you own?
Let's see.
And
I mean,
what's the story?
probably. I mean, it's gotta be my green, right? This is the first guitar I picked up. Once I was endorsed by ESP, right? This is the first one I added to my collection. So this is like the, how do you put it? Like the commemoration of like leveling up, right? To that
was like
becoming on that level.
Is like I've made it sort of a guitar, right?
Yeah, there you go. Exactly, right? Like, oh my gosh, I am every day I get to play a $2,500 guitar. Or this is the first ESP I ever had. This is the one I picked up to play more stuff on stream and to be a little bit sharper. A little bit, just my first real not high dollars, it's like a $600 guitar. Which it could be a high dollar to, your average consumer.
I mean, with me where I'm at right now, and we're going to show it in a bit, right? Mm-hmm. I pulled off a steal with the guitar I have right here.
Sure.
And then as I said, I'm going to show it here in a sec because, I figured you might appreciate seeing just a beautiful guitar.
So I can't see your camera on the call currently.
Oh, shit.
So I won't be able to react to it, but I'm sure the audience will love it.
Oh, man. No, the first guitar that I have, or like, because like it's a very similar story. I'm gonna show it on camera here. Is one that my parents bought for my brother when he wanted to start learning guitar. Mm-hmm. And it's the thing. It's a Squire. It's a Squire.
Yep, a lot of first guitars right there.
And this thing, right? So I have 5 siblings. So this thing was out on a guitar stand with 6 kids running around, horsing around. When I took this thing from my parents' house, so one of the pickups just did not want to work. Gotten that fixed. Just needed corrosion clean because there was a soda. It appeared to have been a soda that was spilled on it. Cleared out the soda, resoldered it. Everything's fine. And that was what I started, learning on a couple years ago. And I was like, man, this shit's hard. And I put it down and I picked it up. Granted, to be fair, like a lot of people, I fell into that. I want to play the cool stuff. Like, I want to play Master of Puppets. I want to play Unforgiven. Like, I want to play some goddamn Metallica, some AC/DC. And that's not the best way to start learning, right?
It can be. I mean, one of the first riffs I learned was Inner Sandman, but that's how you don't go full songs at a time, right? You just pick out
Mm.
parts that, oh,
And,
that's learnable. Oh, that sounds easy.
and
Then
that
you
was
learn,
the
oh, that's not actually that easy, or okay, cool, this is another building block in my process.
and that was the mistake I made. I
Trying to
wanted
learn
to
all the way
jump
through.
right
Yeah,
into learning The
sure.
Unforgiven by, Metallica. Probably my
Mhm.
favorite Metallica song. And it was like, man, I can't fucking do this. And then I set it down and I never touched it again until I stumbled across your stream. Um, and then I actually sat down and was like, okay, let's, of course, you want to play the cool stuff right away, but it was like, okay, let's learn some chords. All right.
Mhm.
Let's do this. Let's actually figure out how to hold it, how to hold a pick, the
That's
stuff
stuff
that
I still tinker with to this day, for whatever that's worth to you.
well, and it's one of those things where I didn't give any thought at all to it when I
Sure.
first picked it up.
Just kind of did it.
So, like, holding a pick was just uncomfortable
Hmm.
because I wasn't holding it correctly. I didn't know how you were supposed to hold it. Open chords, a foreign concept to me. Don't I just want to learn this guitar solo, then I'll be good. No.
Right.
Doing it like starting from the beginning, learning, okay, all right, this is the string order. These are some chords. I can learn these chords, and oh, I can play Zombie. Oh, I can play What's Up, Four Non Blondes. You know, doing it that way where it's like, okay, I can sit down and play along with the song. Super
Hmm.
cool. It's super
Absolutely.
cool. You actually
One of the best feelings in my learning
feel like
process, for sure.
feels like you're doing something, you're making music.
Yep.
Um and I again, no. It's a similar thing. I tried to learn sax when I was playing
Hmm.
trumpet still. Same thing as when I started guitar. I want to play Careless Whispers. I want to play Night in Tunisia. I want to, songs that are very hard to someone who's never picked up a sax before.
Sure.
And it just, feels discouraging when you don't do it. Not that there's necessarily a right way, but there's definitely a wrong way to do it.
Makes sense.
Um, but, now with the new guitar, I went out. I wanted a Telecaster. I
Hmm.
love Telecaster. Sounds super cool in blues because of that, more little twanginess, what you would generally think
Sure.
of as country. A lot of blues players play Telecasters because it just works. You see a
Hmm.
lot of Les Pauls in there as well, but um, and so I go and it just doesn't quite vibe with me, and it's like, okay, all right, whatever, we'll put it off. I didn't buy anything. Okay, then I was like, okay, you know what I want to actually do? I want to go to a pawn shop, and I think I might buy like a cheap Telecaster body or
Hmm.
whatever and just build it. Make a parts caster. Thought that could be really cool. But I ended up walking away with this. It's a Strat, not anything what I thought I would get. A Strat contemporary from
Hmm.
Squire. And you might look it up on your phone because it's so good. The Sunset Metallic. So it's
Oh,
got like
yeah, no, I know,
the
I know the burst. Yeah,
oh
it's a pretty
the
one.
burst from the red to the orange, and I
Yeah.
pull this thing out of its gig bag to show the camera. And I picked it up, like I saw it on the thing on the wall back there,
Hmm.
and I was like, that thing is it's beautiful. I take it down, I start strumming on it, doing whatever, and it just felt so right. And
Yeah, I
that
definitely
that
encourage
was
everybody to do that
that
process.
was so cool because, like, again, I wanted to spend like $50 on just a cheap body that I could build. Pickups don't even have to work or anything. So I'd replace those. I'd do whatever.
Hmm.
So here it is, for the video. Now the weird thing that I don't know the answer to, the thing was not set up at all. I don't know if it was just something that they had used for marketing or for a product shoot.
Possible.
The truss rod was all out of whack.
So yeah, it could have been just sitting there for too long. Yeah, in a weird, holding at a weird angle and starts bending that, warping that neck, whatever.
But it wasn't just the neck. The bridge, where you can adjust the height of the strings at the bridge, all that was like screwed in and never touched. Everything was at its highest possible setting, like it was just put on the guitar.
Oh wow. Yeah, it could have definitely been a marketing guitar then.
And I looked up the serial number and I couldn't find anything about what it. I don't know if you can like with a car, you can track where it's been.
You should be able to with guitars as well.
All it gave me was that it was made. It didn't say anything, and well, yeah, it's a real serial number. It's a real Squire, but I thought that was kind of interesting. How this is so weird. The action on the bottom, it's been fixed. Same with the truss rod's been adjusted. Everything just feels incredible with it. Like, I just would like to know the full story of the guitar because it's so weird. It's so weird because even, you go to any shop, I've never seen a guitar that just hasn't, seems like it has not been touched since off the factory floor.
Sure.
Even brand new guitars that have never been purchased or owned, still,
they made their way around through shops and stuff. Sure.
The bridge isn't, or the strings aren't at the highest position because those, the action was awful on those top frets. And that was what made me notice it, was I was like, I'm pushing down by like a quarter of an inch.
Right. Oh yeah. Brutal.
It was rough. I mean, the action on the end, it's all right. It's pretty good. But then when you got further in, it was like, this feels bad. But yeah.
Like you're playing a violin.
You're not wrong on that one. It kind of was about as far off the bridge as like a viola string. So my brother plays viola. And that was what made me think of, was this is like not how it's supposed to be. Yeah, I picked it up for like half of what it is a retail, like $250. The thing still had all the wrappings and stickers and stuff on it. And I was like, dude, there's not a scratch on the pick guard. Brand new guitar, half the price. And it
can't beat that.
Every time I see it. And I feel like this is the most important thing when it comes to instruments, not just guitar, not just trumpet, anything. The instrument you have every time you see it should make you want to play.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that is, like I said, every time I walk into my office here, I see it in the corner. It's like, I'm going to pick that thing up and play. Even if it's just a couple notes, I'm going to
Sure, yeah.
I'm gonna
I
pick
had
it up and play it.
So I still have, but it's one of Sinister Gates' first signatures, that black and white pinstripe from Schecter. And yeah, then left it on a stand, would walk into the room, like, oh, that thing's cool. And then just, walk up, pick it up, play maybe just like the intro to chapter 4 or something real fast, set it back down. It's like, yeah, this is a cool guitar.
Oh man. I said, I've dug deep, down the guitar rabbit hole. People arguing online versus humbuckers versus single coil, and I'm sitting here like, I don't know what this all means.
None of it matters.
But people get mad about it, so I'm gonna look into it.
Everything you can do everything in post production now, or just on after the pickups. I mean, single coil for a better clean tone, humbuckers better, just a little better, chuggy, crunchy, whatever. It's also so minute these days because technology is just incredible.
Because
for guitar production,
you have a pedal, right, that you press.
I have a whole quad cortex.
I'm not sure what that is.
So it's a processing unit, 4 processing units. It uses 4 processors, but it can mimic any piece of gear that you tell it to copy, basically. It's from a company called Neural, and yeah, it's the greatest piece of guitar gear I've ever owned. Because like I said, I have, within that gear, multiple thousands of dollars worth of amps that are just already pre-installed, comes with it. And then they'll sit there and they'll let all these artists take their stuff and make these plugins based on, you want John Petrucci's sound from Dream Theater, boom, here it is. You want Pliny's, who is a well-renowned solo artist in the metal guitar world. Here's Pliny's whole sound. Have fun for like what, $100 or something. So
That's really
just
really cool.
yeah. You get flack from all the old heads that are like, oh, analog through a tube, but it just doesn't matter these days. You can mimic that sound almost perfectly. And like, sure, you're not gonna actually have it coming screaming at you through a tube, but like, what does it matter anymore?
No,
That's how I feel about it. I'll probably catch flack for that. I mean, I do from people for being all digital, but it's just
and see, that's
so much easier.
You're not wrong about that, because like, there are certain things where it's like, okay, there are certain things that you might appreciate from old gear, like my mic here. I have it running into a preamp that's a vacuum tube preamp, because to me it sound, is I can adjust how much it gives with the knob, which you couldn't do back then, but it can give you kind of that more airy, like old school radio sound, and yeah, you could do that with something synthesized, whatever, run it through a different thing to get, but there's something cool about having it and being like, that's what this whole thing's purpose is. It's a vacuum tube. It has, but it's also like, yeah, I spent $100 on that, but I could have spent 150 and got this other preamp that could do literally anything that I wanted it to,
Right.
So I think that's one of those things where, and again, it sucks that people get so big in the weeds about this stuff. Because my biggest thing is like, if you want it analog, have it analog. If you want it digital,
there, right?
have it digital. People get so up in arms and argue. And to me, it's like, man, you both like guitar. Talk about the damn guitar instead of arguing,
Sure.
I don't know. That could just be me, but.
No, I like that. Focus on the positives and the similarities instead of the differences.
Because it's like, at the end of the day, you're all still, and that's the thing, is even with that, it's like, and that's the reason why they're arguing, is at the end of the day, you're both passionate about guitar. That should be the focus. And then you go online and there's arguing, there's hate, everywhere. And unfortunately, I don't think that's going to change. But you can go online and also find people like you, where it's just, again, a dude playing guitar, sometimes talks about golf, gets sick at Rock'em Sock'em Robot tournaments.
That it was working one, not, I was, at least made a little money doing it, so it's fine.
Might have got strapped, but
got quite literally wrecked. That's all right.
But even with that though, that community that you've built, the moment you're like, all right, we're on today. You still go in, you have like 30, 40 people watch, and you just, cause you said that you were going live.
Yeah, they're right there. And that is low for me, but coming off of a week-long unplanned break, that's bad. And then once people are like, okay, you just have to establish people's confidence that you're going to be there again, and they'll start, showing up more regularly, more as you're starting instead of like trickling into the stream.
No, and that's fair enough, but you can look at the numbers of it like that, but I don't think that it should fully be understated. You got people who are there no matter what,
Yeah, exactly.
I said
And that's
I was so pissed off when you said you got strep because you know what I do? I get to work about an hour, hour and a half into work, you start streaming, and I just vibe to your music while I'm at work. And you know what
that has been
didn't
nice.
have?
Dude, the no work radio. Tragedy. Yeah, no, it's been cool. I mean, to have established that is great, you know, and that's why I hate when I can't be there for some time, just because, you know, that it not only for the losing that day of interaction with people, but that kind of wears away at people's expectations, right, and your own reliability to them. So that's just a matter of, you know, like I said, reestablishing consistency again for them. And but yeah, like you said, there's always people that are going to be there no matter what. And there's enough to where I can reliably keep streaming. Whether, you know, I don't make the most money doing it, but if I can, you know, rally it up this coming year and kind of go hard on the socials, which is something I haven't done in a long time, and actually campaign and promote myself. You know, there's plenty of room to grow out there still.
Well, you know, at the very end of the day, you have a loyal viewer in me, you know, and I'm not just a gambling fiend.
that's not his only quality, but damn is he good at it, you know.
Well, and
exclamation point, gamble space all.
Dude, I'm still kind of upset that I lost. Well, so here's the thing, right? Okay, you know, I got a little bored gambling, even putting in like 20 mil, losing 20 mil when I had like 800 mil.
That's the problem of gambling in a nutshell.
It's like, man, it doesn't feel good when I win anymore.
Yeah,
and then
like
I
dropping the bucket at that point.
That fateful gamble all, and I went back to zero. You know, my wife
Thank goodness
left.
you experienced that.
I had to mortgage the house. My kids won't talk to me.
Lost the town of South Park, Colorado, you know.
But one day, I'll make them come back by hitting that
You got this, dude. That jackpot's waiting for you.
No,
it's just one gamble away.
I think it's kind of funny that I think I've sent more gambling, you know, exclamation point gambles than actual chat messages.
And
I didn't mean to turn into the gambling guy in the chat. It just kind of, and then see, I had to play into it whenever you'd say whatever, or it'd be like, oh, we got 50 gifted, whatever, 10 gifted. I'll gamble to that.
Yeah, it's a great one. It's a good line, man. Keep it up.
And when you just start saying, I bet you could, I knew you would. It's like, oh, that's so funny to me.
The encouraging, yeah. Funny. Well, at least people can get their gambling addictions on with fake currency instead of real money too. So win-win, right?
And that's the thing. I've gambled very minimally in my life, but to be fair, I'm on the up. Gambled on CS majors. I'm on the up.
Yeah.
Navi for life.
Plenty of those. Absolutely. Go simple.
But I think that's about all I have here for you for the interview.
Yes, sir. Well, it's been a pleasure, sir.
So it took a while to get it going, but I appreciate you coming and just chatting for a bit. And
no problem, dude. Happy to give some insight where I can on anything guitar and streaming related to anybody out there.
Because and that's at the end of the day, kind of what I thought could be cool, you know, and especially when you said yes, I was like, holy shit, he said yes. Because when I sent that message, I was like, oh, honestly, it might be a 50-50. He might be tired of me gambling.
Well, then that was one more gamble that you took then, huh? Your biggest gamble yet, if you will. No, I mean, I have the philosophy of say yes, right? Like, What's it gonna hurt? Unless there's like actively getting hurt, right? I've tried to say
Mhm.
yes to a lot more things in my life the last few years, all pretty much to good outcomes. So, plus
Well,
you've come in and been a supporter, a subscriber so far. So I was like, you know what? We'll support back, and that's how you grow communities and stuff, and make loyal fans and reliable viewers out of people. So,
um,
if I can make an example out of you, then
see, when you put it like
why not?
that, it sounds like a bad thing.
There's nothing wrong with being as candid and transparent as possible with people, though, and show them the mindset, the mentality of how to approach things, and do. I don't even consider genuine connection building, and people call it networking, but networking sounds so uh
Sounds
cold.
very business like.
Yeah, and you would still call it networking, right? But it's more than that. So that's why it's like, you know what? Why not?
It's one of those things where I can very definitely say this is the most fulfilling. Like I said, it's one of the most. Like I said, it's probably one of the most videos that I've put the most effort into. But it's also so far been one of the most fulfilling. And
Yeah,
honestly, who knows? I might make another one down the line. 4 months,
sure. A
5 months.
little
'Cause,
follow up. Yeah, nothing wrong
You
with that.
know, I definitely don't plan on stopping playing guitar. And again, that don't, you know, don't understate the fact that was you. That was you.
Glad to be here, man. Glad to be an inspiration for you.
Hey. Well, with that, I guess we'll close off the interview there. So thank you for doing this in the first place and
No
just
problem,
chatting
man.
with me and again, whenever you're ready for some CS2.
I'll have to hit you up on that. Battlefield 6 is the game right now. Gauntlet mode is OP. I've played like 40 rounds of Gauntlet with the boys. We haven't lost yet, so
Hey, dude,
we
keep
are.
that going. I've played
Yeah,
a
we're
little
trying.
bit. I've played a little bit of Battlefield 6, and
I'm hooked again. So
I'm
it's
I
actually
have
it's actually my buddies are calling for me here pretty quick. So
well, get to some absolute honage in some Battlefield,
ciao.
and
Yes, sir.
and we'll catch you later, man.
Rita, it's been a pleasure, man. Keep working hard, dude. I'm rooting for you. All right.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. You take care
You
now.
got it, dude. Peace.
Peace out.